and welcome to Only Slightly Opinionated. Ah, you
didn't think you
ruined
were,
it.
I didn't think you were
You
really going to do
ruined it. You ruined it so bad. Hello and welcome to Only Slightly Opinionated. I'm Jamie,
it. And I'm Joey.
and I wanted to do funny things, and he wouldn't let me because he laughed.
Oh, I wanted you to do funny things too. I've been waiting for like 35 years for you to do something funny.
Oh, God, right off the gate.
Right from the get-go. You got to say get-go. Right from the get-go.
Oh, I just don't have it today.
So how are you doing, baby? Come on.
Tired.
I know you are because you had a big week.
I'm so tired, Joey. I'm so tired.
I'm so
What
tired.
what just happened?
Did I ding? I dinged because
No,
I
you
forgot.
did not ding. You didn't ding, but you face dinged.
I face dinged.
Your face dinged, not our face. My face didn't
Ugh.
ding. Your face dinged.
Mm.
This is a really great episode. I wonder if we should just stop and go back and start over, but we're not going to.
No, because we don't care.
Yeah. So it was Tech Week this week for the show. Then we had our first audience on Wednesday. It was like
Don't
a
forget,
preview
Jamie, we
audience.
could have new listeners. So you have to remind everybody what show you're talking about and how they can come see you. It could be new listeners. I'm telling you.
Ain't no new listeners. Ain't no new listeners.
There very well could be.
Okay. We opened let me just I'll get to it my own goddamn time.
All right, you tell it how you want to tell it, baby. You tell it.
Jesus Christmas motherfucker. So we had our first audience on Wednesday, and it was an invited audience, and it was very nice. And then we opened the prom at Birmingham Village Players in Birmingham, Michigan. Website birminghamvillageplayers.com.
What's their
Last night.
501c3 number? No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Last night. And it was I don't know. I think it was a bit of a letdown for me personally because the audience wasn't quite like we had a smaller audience on Wednesday and they were more loud. This was a bigger audience and they were pretty quiet, at least for most of the first act and part of the second act.
Okay.
So it just wasn't the energy that I wanted. Like usually opening night is all the members of the group come, or that's how it used to be. They always went on opening night and it was always like friends and family and all of that stuff. And so it was all usually a really good audience. So, but I mean, they did seem to enjoy it. We got a standing ovation.
Did you have anybody that you knew in the audience for last night?
Yes, our friends of the show, Joe and Brandy Joe. And their
Yay.
friend Gretchen, and I am the biggest dick in the world that I can't remember her husband's name. I just met him last night, and I can't remember. I'm
Well,
very sorry.
I mean, you
to
did just
Gretchen's
meet him,
husband.
so.
Yeah, but come on. And then some other theater people were there. Shelly, do you remember Shelly from Huntington Woods?
Shelly. Oh, yeah, Shelly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, her daughter's in the show.
Shelly. Purple Shelly.
Yeah. No, that's Sally.
Oh,
that
Sally. Oh, the
Shelly
Shelly
was the boss.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Whoops. I got him confused there for a second. It's been a long time.
Been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely time.
Yeah.
See, I wish that when moments like that popped up, you could just pop in with some harmony and we would just be.
If I had that ability, I would do it. But
it's harsh. Yeah, so we opened, and so I'm just really tired. This week has been long. I've been lucky that I've been able to take some time off work so that I haven't had to rehearse until 11:30 midnight and then go to work the next day. I did have to do it one day, but whatever. I'm very lucky that my job allows me to do that. I mean, I use vacation time, so I mean, whatever, but it's still, some jobs are. I'm lucky I have a job and good people that work with me that allow me to not be there.
I totally agree. That's awesome.
And that really is it. That really is all I have been doing this whole week. We didn't go to a movie last week. We didn't go to one today. So I don't have a ton to talk about. We haven't watched much TV because I've had rehearsal. I've
I know.
watched the shows that I watch during the day that Paul doesn't watch. But
I don't like
yeah.
actor Jamie. Actor Jamie's just too busy. He's too
Yeah,
busy.
well, I don't like Workout Joey, okay? Workout Joey is too busy.
Workout.
I was gonna say Walking Joey and Eating Better. Walking and Eating Better Joey. Healthy Joey. There we go. I don't like Healthy Joey.
There we go. That sounds more like it. Yeah.
My fat ass. Oh, there's a little more news on the Zepp Bound
Ooh,
saga.
yes. Tell it like
So
it
I think
is.
when last we spoke, I wish that I had documented this on the podcast better from beginning to end, and because it's shameful, the insurance companies. It's
Oh
shameful.
God.
It's our insurance industry and medical industry is just broken, and we need to do something to fix it. So the last we spoke, I had to have a video visit with my doctor because he hadn't seen me. Even though he has seen me, he knows that I'm clearly overweight. It's in my chart that I'm overweight. But because he hasn't seen me for my weight, specifically as the reason for the visit, he couldn't do the pre-authorization form. So,
But how many people are like, let me go to my doctor because I'm fat?
exactly.
Nobody does,
Exactly. So then I do that. I have a video visit, and the video visit goes very well. I hadn't been super connected with my doctor, and I really liked him in the video visit. I don't know, he felt more comfortable, maybe
Right.
because it was a video visit. He's maybe socially awkward like I am. So, it would maybe just easier. Have that. Wait. He sends me a message and says, because the last visit was video visit and your last visit in-house before that was more than 30 days ago, the weight that they have on file is not valid, and they can't do the pre-authorization form without a current weight. 30 days. Who changes weight that much in 30 days?
Right.
Either up or down. How much are you going to do in 30 days?
Right.
10 pounds?
Right.
Maybe 15 pounds, but you're not going to be in or out of the obese range.
Right.
So I said, okay, can I just come in and get
transform over 30 days?
Exactly. So I sent him a message back. Can I just come in and get weighed? Wait. He emails me back and says, it's like he's been reading more about it, or he's got more information or something. Basically, the bottom line is our video visit was for nothing. I have to go in and see him so they can get my weight, and we can talk about everything that we talked about on the video visit in person.
Ay.
Now, I don't know at this point if it's the insurance or it's him. He did specifically say in one of his messages, this isn't just our office. This happens with, this happens all over, or whatever it was he was talking about. So at least he's realizing that he's trying to say, hey, it's not me. But it's so fucking frustrating. It's so
it's all the red tape. It's all this, all the hoops you have to jump through just to,
and the cost and the all of that. It's just so dumb. I understand that drug companies are there to make money, but aren't they also there to help people? I mean, I guess part of them are and part of them isn't. Part of them, part of the same company only cares about profits, and part of that company really only cares about helping people.
Right.
And the profits always win. But I know they have to make money. I get that. But I guess I don't understand again, it's the classic debate. I guess it's sort of I don't know if it's a conservative versus liberal, or if it's just a general business versus capitalist versus socialist, maybe. But I don't get the gouging. I don't get why something that costs $5 to manufacture, even with all your marketing budget and everything else you have to pay for with that, why $1,000 is what you think is a reasonable price for that drug.
Yeah.
You could be charging easily half that, which would still be outrageous, and still be making a huge profit, not obviously as much profit, but you'd be making a profit still, and your shareholders
Well,
would
because
still be
you would
making
get
money.
it in more people's hands. You'd
Yeah.
think that that would be the motivation. But I
Yeah.
no, I totally agree with you because it's super frustrating. Because you would also think, like, if a doctor prescribes you something, why does that doctor have to jump through hoops? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, and I know there's people out there who abuse their position or abuse their
Yeah.
privilege and do those things. But if you're not a doctor who is on record as of having any concerns, then why does an insurance company get to fucking question their choices regardless?
Yeah.
Like, even when I was taking, even when I had to be on OxyContin for the pain for my neck, and I was on that for a long time, and it seemed like
Yeah.
almost every month was some new like hoop I had to jump through to get
Yeah.
it. And then out of the blue, this is another thing that I don't understand, is that at that time I was using CVS Pharmacy, and then they were like, we can't fill this prescription, and we have new guidelines or something like that, so you'll have to get that prescription elsewhere. And I'm like, really? I have to go elsewhere? And then of course I looked into it, and it turns out that it's just the pharmacist's choice. If they don't want to
Oh,
write a prescription for you,
I mean,
they
fill the
don't have
prescription.
to. Yeah, or fill the prescription. They don't have to. Like, they
Right.
can say, I don't think he needs that strong of a medication. Oh, I'm sorry. You got your medical degree from where now? Like,
Right.
it was just so frustrating. So I would have to, there for a long time, I had to go get my OxyContin filled at one place, and then my
Yeah.
rest of my prescriptions filled at another place. And
Because you
oh,
do be
it's just
taking some
so.
prescriptions.
Oh, I sure do. But
I
I'm
mean, I
so
do too,
glad that
but
I'm so glad that I'm not on the pain medicine anymore, because
yeah.
that was just a nightmare. And
Yeah,
then
I'm so proud of you for that.
calling your insurance company and being like, okay, why am I not approved for this for whatever reason? And them, giving you some medical reason. And I'm like, okay, so which doctor on your staff decided that I don't need this medication? I would like to speak to that doctor.
Right.
And of course, they're like, we don't have a doctor. Oh, you don't? That's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy insurance.
They're just annoying. They're so fucking annoying. We had Aetna for a long time, and they were the
I had Aetna
worst.
before.
They were awful. Awful,
Wasn't
awful,
Aetna who we
awful.
had through Blockbuster? Or no,
Uh,
maybe it was Hollywood.
I don't even remember.
Maybe it was Hollywood.
Them days is so far behind the motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the rear view. So,
So
I
that's been
did.
about what I've been
Well,
doing.
I mean, you've been busy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let it slide, and I think our listeners will let it slide that you've been
Oh,
sort
you
of
better.
MIA
You better.
on your watching responsibilities.
I have been. Yes.
I
I mean,
mean,
I have a couple things to talk about, but
if we don't tell people
mostly
what we're
stuff that I
watching,
watch.
well, you know what?
Why are we even here? What are we
Exactly.
even doing?
If the show isn't watched, was it even watched at all? I don't even know what that meant.
What were you gonna say? What else were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's time for me to talk about some music.
Oh, is it really? Do we have to?
Yes,
I'm
we
just
had some
kidding.
new music drop on Friday, which I was very, very excited about. Couple that I've been waiting for. And first and foremost, I will say that the first one is Dua Lipa's new album.
Dua Lipa of love.
Oh, that's good, baby. That was good.
Thanks.
If you have not heard her previous album,
So
y'all
good.
need to get on that shit, because
Yeah.
that shit was the bomb.
Sweet.
It was so good. But her new album, Radical Optimism, is a bit different. There are some amazing fucking tracks, and I absolutely love them. But they're a lot of the ones that she previously has released already. So they're like, her singles that she's
Oh.
released, which are
Mhm.
really fucking good. But the remainder of the album is a little stuck in mid-tempo area.
Oh,
I know, and I was a little disappointed. Well, I should say this: the first half of the album is so good.
it's a banger.
Yes, and then the second album sort of goes into a little bit more of a mellow vibe. I mean, I wouldn't say mellow, but more low key. It's a beautiful pop album. It's very very poppy, just not quite as dance filled as the previous album was. I
All
fucking
right,
love that
all right.
previous album so much. I loved it. Like Training Session, I think, is one of the best songs on the entire album, and I fucking love that song. So anyway, that album came out and I'm loving it. And also the new Sia album. I will be a stan of Sia for till the day I die. I have
Okay.
loved her from millions of years ago when she did guest vocals on Zero 07 albums, which is more of an obscure alternative group. But I loved her voice. I bought her first independent album and was just obsessed with her. And I've loved her ever since. Ever since, not every since.
I knew what you meant, baby.
I
I
loved her
wasn't even
every
just thinking.
since. I loved her taste. I loved her feel.
Ooh, her feel is so
I
good.
love her feel. Her feel real good. But I know she got a lot of flack over her movie. And she even freely admits that she made some mistakes in that movie. But I do not agree with a lot of people who say they were just upset that she didn't use somebody who was truly autistic to play the role. And I just think that that whole mentality is a very slippery slope.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
agree.
saying, yeah, only gay people should play gay characters.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. It's very hard. I mean, I agree that there are it is a slippery slope. There are instances where I think it's right, like if you're playing a nationality, like Emma Stone playing Asian
right.
in that movie. I can't even think of the fucking name. The what's his name movie? Who's
Yeah,
the
I know
director?
what you're talking.
Cameron
I can't
Crowe.
remember. Yeah,
Cameron Crowe. Or, somebody playing Latino, Al Pacino playing Scarface,
right,
playing Cuban. You know what I mean? Like, I think like today and I do think also that trans actors, I think should get opportunities at playing trans characters. And here's the
absolutely.
reason: someone in transition. I don't know how this is going to sound. Someone in transition, I think I don't think you can recreate the look of someone in transition
Right.
structurally
No,
and
I know
all
what
of
you mean.
those things.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense to people, the 9 people who are listening.
Ooh, we're up to 9? That's good.
Oh, see, I went down. Usually I say 12. But yes, you're right. Like, does that mean I can't play straight roles? I don't think
Right.
sexual orientation. I don't mind straight guys playing gay roles as long as they do it justice, as long as it's not some flamboyant, you know, not that it couldn't be flamboyant, but some kind of caricature
Right.
of a gay person. I do love seeing openly gay actors get roles, and I always love it when I see them
Absolutely.
playing straight characters. Like,
Yeah,
I think
even more
that's great. I'm
so.
always like, "Ha ha."
Right. Yeah.
But
I agree. If it goes one way, you have to do it the other way too, which is
yeah.
not
Well, I
necessarily
mean, I
what we
do
would
get that,
want.
and autism is hard depending on the role. I think they would have to see a lot more actors than they would if the role wasn't autistic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the
Absolutely.
pool of good
Well,
autistic actors is smaller than the pool of non-autistic actors, not on the spectrum
correct.
actors.
I would agree with you 100%. And that is sort of what makes me think too about the whole trans thing. Like, if you're making a movie that is about a person transitioning, so maybe they are, let's just say their gender identification is male in the beginning of the movie, but by the end of the movie they've transitioned to female. That might
Right.
be hard to find an accurate actor for that, because a lot of
Right.
trans actors might not want to present
Right.
differently than what they've
Yeah.
worked very hard to achieve, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, I
would totally
agree that
get
it would
that.
have to be done so sensitively, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so whatever. And just now looping it back to Sia, like I don't that's not it's not that I don't like Sia, and I do like I don't know if you know, I'm sure you do know this, that every year she gives like somebody on people on Survivor like money because
Yeah.
she's just such a big fan,
Yeah.
which I think is great. The thing I don't like about her is I'm just sick of the shtick. I'm sick of the big hair things covering her face and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm over that. I'm like she's so talented. I don't know. I'm like it feels so old now to me. It feels so not like when it first happened it was so fresh and different and exciting, and now it just feels like it's boring.
I'd be curious to hear how she justifies, like what she does now. I mean, because I know in the beginning it was because it afforded her a certain level of anonymity. She could be out there and, living her best life in LA and not have to worry that anybody's going to be like, "Oh my god, it's Sia!" Like,
But
she
on her
because
first album, I think you see her face, don't
Oh,
you?
you do. You absolutely
Oh, okay.
do. But she even said it was a deliberately a sort of a thing, because she was having mental health issues and dealing with, this newfound stardom and all that sort of thing. Like when she was guest vocaling on the 07 albums, I mean, she had already put out her first album, her original first album, and then her next album after that as well. I mean, she did like 3 albums without ever covering her face, but she was a very obscure artist.
Right.
And then she had that song at the end of 6 Feet Under, and that sort of like boosted her up into the mainstream because that song became so popular. And I don't know, so it seems to me like that was at the point where she made this choice of like, okay, I want to do something cute and clever to sort of mask my identity so that I can just continue to live my life like a normal person. And I did get it, but at the same time, it's like, if you're a star, you have to sort of accept all the things that come with stardom. And I do agree that it is somewhat played out a bit
Yeah.
and gets a bit silly. But back to her movie music with the autistic character, like what we were talking about with a specific movie with a trans character, that particular role was designed for a person who was, you know, low functioning autistic. And when they would disappear into this world of music, they became this amazing dancer and
Right.
beautiful. So, like, how are you going to
It
find
was
an
really hard. It would have
actor?
been really hard to find that actor that's, a needle in a
Exactly.
haystack. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then I guess I don't know, and then I guess people would say, "Well, then don't make that movie."
Right.
But
And it could have been
is it,
changed. They could have
you
changed the
know
story
yeah,
and
I mean, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I just like the one that sticks in my head more than anything is that movie with Elle Fanning where she played trans.
oh, I never saw that one.
I didn't either, but I saw enough previews of it, and she wore the most hideous wigs. And I was like, listen, bitch, if you're going to play a trans character, now this was before really the debate started. This was like the cusp of the
Right.
debate, probably because of this fucking movie.
Right.
If you're going to do this, cut your fucking hair off.
Yeah, like
Cut your hair off
go
and wear wigs. I don't understand Hollywood. I don't understand Hollywood women. I especially don't understand Hollywood men. The wigs are fantastic. Why would you not commit to something, playing a cancer patient, playing trans character,
like
playing
go full
somebody
Hillary Swank, like, go
exactly.
like fucking bite the shit out of that.
And then here's the thing, if you don't like it, you can wear wigs until it grows out. And
Yep.
it does grow out. It's just like it drives me nuts. Like I understand they say, "Well, I'm doing 2 movies at once." Well, wear a fucking wig in one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, so a
Instead
lot
of
of
wearing a
times,
bad wig in this one, wear a good wig in that one. Nobody'll know you're wearing a wig in that one.
yeah,
It just
short
drives me
wigs are hard
nuts.
to do.
Mm.
It's like,
And bald
yeah,
cap drive me nuts because they
yeah.
never look good. They
Well,
can
not to
never
mention
get the texture
you're
of the skin.
always looking for
Yeah,
the line.
the
I'm always
ridge.
looking. It's like
Yeah,
it's distracting. I would rather they just shave their fucking head, and I'm like, God
exactly.
damn,
Just
that should look
shave your
good.
head. Just shave your head. What the I don't get of all the things. Like I understand it's hard to lose weight. It's hard to gain weight. It's hard to it's not necessarily hard to gain weight. It's hard for some people to gain weight. It's
Yeah,
hard to, I just think your hair is something that's so, especially in Hollywood, so easily
yeah,
just fucking do it. Just commit to it.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
I mean, look at John Travolta. Man wears a wig everywhere he goes.
I'm telling you.
You know?
Him and Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage's
Yep.
hair has been dyed so many times.
And Dolly Parton, she's
Oh,
not bald underneath, but she wear a wig everywhere she goes, and
you
that
know
shit
what?
look good.
She could be. We don't know.
No, that's right, because she will not let people see her without her wigs on. I gotta imagine that's got to do something to your hair being stuffed under a cap all the time.
I
It's
Well,
got to
it's
do something. It would be
like a
so
lot
interesting
of
to see what her hair is.
Black women hairstyles where the braids can sort of wreak havoc on the scalp, and
Yeah,
I just feel so like it it makes me feel a certain way of like, I hate that you have to do that, like I hate that you have to try and make yourself look a
well, you
certain
don't have
way.
to,
No, they don't have to, but
but
I think
right, societally
yes,
expects people to. It's
yes,
ridiculous. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you're saying. You're saying you feel bad but it is. It's
correct,
the most ridiculous thing with anybody. I'm so sick of societal pressures on our looks.
yep,
I just wish that there was an alien race that could come and zap us all and make us all perfectly body positive, and that's that. I
yep,
just it's something I spend so much of my fucking time thinking about my body.
yep.
I don't know. I've gone off on a tangent now talking about aliens and shit.
It was a good tangent, baby. I was enjoying that
Tangent.
conversation. You's on a tangent.
So what else is up with you?
Well, I did want to finish saying, because I didn't really
Oh,
say
I'm
much about the
sorry.
album.
I'm sorry.
It is called Reasonable Woman, the new Sia album, and I really like it. I mean, I just think Sia has such a great sense of how to create a hook in a song. So all of her songs are always have such great hooks. And the last thing I will say about the album, that even if you're not a Sia fan, she does one song with Chaka Khan.
Ooh.
And it's called Immortal Queen, and that shit is fire. I fucking love it. It is so good.
Calm down, millennial.
I'm telling you, Boomer is
It's
good.
fire.
You might
Who
even
are
replace one of your
you?
show tunes and listen to it.
Who are you? It's fire. What's it called?
The song is called Immortal Queen.
Okay, I'll add it to my list.
Immortal Queen. That's not how it goes, but that's what I just felt possessed to sing.
Oh, great. Now when I listen to it, I'm gonna be severely disappointed.
And Shaka sound good. I was like, go ahead, oh Shaka.
Shaka
Shaka Khan.
Khan. Shaka
Shaka
Khan.
Khan.
Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's
Rock it
all
'cause
I
I
wanna
feel
do.
for
Shaka
you.
Khan. Let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it because I feel for you.
Feel for you. Feel for you.
Do.
Let's talk about what I watched, because you ain't watched shit.
No, I have something that I will
Oh,
talk
you do?
about.
Okay.
Yes, I
Go.
do.
Then you go right on with it, baby.
No, go on. I need a break.
All right. You need a break. Yeah, you've been yapping a lot.
Actually, I haven't. You've been
I know.
talking so.
I
No,
always do. I
I'm
think
just kidding.
if people want to write in and tell us, I think that all people would agree that I
I don't
ramble
know.
more than you do.
I don't know. I'd give you a run for your money.
So we watched the second season of The Tourist.
I don't know that show.
You don't know it?
Is that the one with Keely Hawes?
No.
No.
Danielle McDonald and what's his name? Jamie Dornan.
Danielle McDonald?
Yeah.
From
Patty Cakes.
Dumpling?
Yeah.
Really?
You haven't seen it? Oh my god. Okay, so
Huh.
the first season was on HBO or Max,
Okay.
whatever the fuck. And I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it was made like before the pandemic or something. I don't remember. And it was so good. It's this whole
The
like
pandemic was 4 fucking years ago.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you just said 2 years, like before the pandemic.
No. I meant, but I think it was filmed before the pandemic and then didn't get released.
Oh, I see.
Until
Okay.
2 years ago. Pay attention,
thought
baby. You know how my brain works. Come on now.
Oh.
You should be able to follow this shit.
That's what Paul say to me all the goddamn time, that I should be able to follow your crazy nonsense. And I object.
You object. So anyway, it takes place, the first season takes place in Australia, and Jamie Dornan has no memory of who he is, but when he wakes up, he's got all these people trying to kill him. And that's the premise of the whole entire show. And the second season, which just came out, which is actually on now, Netflix has it. So Netflix must have bought the rights, and now they did the second season, and it's the final season. So they just kind of closed out all the stories, but it takes place in Ireland for the second season. But it was so much fun. And if anybody hasn't watched it, it's now both seasons available on Netflix. It's a very fun show to watch. And I love Danielle McDonald so much.
Yeah,
and
she's great.
She really is. And she's so good in this. And there's a guy that plays her husband. I don't know who he is. He's an Australian actor, but he is fucking hilarious. And he was so good in the first
season. Is it
season.
A comedy?
It's like a comedy action.
Okay.
Sort of a thriller, you know.
Okay.
But it's definitely on the lighter, sort of funny, enjoyable side. But anyway, the guy who plays her husband is fucking awesome, and he really gets to sink his teeth into it in the second season. But the second season was actually, I think, more funny than the first season even. I don't know. Anyway, it was a while ago when I watched the first season. But anyway,
well,
I love that show very much, and you should definitely give it a shot since it's only 2 seasons.
Yeah. How many episodes a season?
I don't remember, like 8 or 10. Not, not a shit ton.
You keep going.
It might have even only been 6. I don't know.
There we go. Oh, fuck you.
Afterwards, because Marty had
only
never
6. That's even
6
better.
episodes. Yeah.
Nice.
Afterwards, because Marty had never seen it, we watched Patty Cakes because I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, it was one of those movies that I think I just accidentally watched. I remember seeing a trailer or something for
really?
it. Yeah. Like I remember saying, that looks kind of fun.
That's what happened. But I actually saw it. I sought it out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I did too.
The trailer.
It was more like I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about this movie and I wanted to see it. And, that too was my first introduction to Bridget Everett.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had never seen her in anything before.
Did you not watch Inside Amy Schumer?
Nope. Never watched it. And so I was just obsessed with her after that because I'm like, I don't know who this Bridget Everett is, but I love her.
Watch Inside Amy Schumer.
Okay, I'll watch it.
It's
but
just
anyway,
a fun, like little sketchy kind of show.
Patty Cakes was 2017, which sort of surprised me. I didn't think it was that long ago, but it is. But the guy who directed it, I was so surprised because I remember specifically when I saw it, it was so well directed. The guy's name is Jeremy Jasper, and he has done nothing else. He did some music videos and some shorts and has never directed anything else, which is so puzzling to me because he wrote all the music from the show as
Oh,
well.
maybe that's what he does now, is just music.
I don't know, but he on IMDb he's got 2 projects, upcoming projects listed. So hopefully he'll be back out there doing something, because I just thought that movie was so fucking awesome. I loved it. I love the music. White girl rapping was just too funny, and I just really enjoyed it. I very much had a good time with it, and plus Danielle McDonald being Australian and like mastering that New Jersey accent, and I
Well,
mean they
she's like
were
always doing. She rarely gets to do her Australian accent,
exactly.
and she is so good.
She is
She
so
is like,
good.
at least with the various American accents I've heard her have,
Yep.
she's Meryl Streep level good. Like, you
She
just
really is. You
cannot
don't pick
tell.
nope, you can't find any
I was
flaw.
shocked when I heard her real voice. I
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
after I saw Patty Cakes, I because
wow.
that was the first thing I saw her in too.
Oh,
Because
really?
yeah, because then Dumplin' came after that.
I
But
had seen her in, she was in one of the, this sounds so pretentious, I don't mean it to at all, but she was in one of the Oscar nominated shorts one year. And so I
oh,
saw her in that there for the first time. She was so good. It was really a dark, it was her and Jamie Bell.
oh
Then they
wow,
made a longer version of the movie. But in it was really dark, but it was so good. But it was, this guy is kidnapped, and he's a neo-Nazi white supremacist scumbag, and so is Danielle McDonald. And a group of black men, just like normal everyday black men, like he did something with them, so they kidnap him and they tattoo him from head to toe black.
whoa,
Yeah, I wish I could think of the name of it. I'm gonna try to look for the name of the.
that's such an interesting premise
But
too.
then the
Like,
full length movie is not the same. It's
oh,
still about a skinhead. I think Jamie Bell still plays a skinhead, but
oh,
I
I
can't
saw that. It's
find
called Skin, I think.
Skin. Let me see. Is Danielle McDonald in it?
I
Yes.
don't. Yeah, she was.
Yes, she
Okay,
is.
yeah.
So let's see. Does it say what it's based on? Does it say writer Guy Nativ?
What year was that movie?
Hold on one second. Okay. Oh, so the short was also called Skin,
Okay.
but that's what I saw. I saw that, and then he did a full length movie called Skin, which is not the same.
No, but it was good.
Yeah, that movie came out in. Come on now. Oh, I hate when that happens. Damn
I
it.
was just curious if it came out before Patty Cakes or after Patty Cakes.
2018.
Oh, so just after Patty Cakes.
Really?
Yeah.
But when did the short come out?
Oh, that I don't know.
Hold on one
You know
second.
why? Because I ain't seen the short.
The short also came out in 2018. So I guess I had seen her before that. Was there something?
See?
She
See?
was in American Horror Story
Oh, she was?
in one episode. Why doesn't it tell me what the episode is? Bristol Widows, Chapter 10, Season 6. She was also on Two
Bristol
Broke
Widows.
Girls. I just feel like I saw her before. I knew who she was before Patty Cakes. That's all
I'm
I'm
sure
saying.
you probably did.
All
I
I'm
didn't.
fucking saying. She
Yes,
was on Glee.
Jamie, you knew her first.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm
That's
saying I knew her
exactly what
before
you were
Patty
saying.
Cakes. I
But
hate
anyway,
you.
fucking love that movie. You can
Yeah.
rent it on Amazon Prime for like $4. So I would highly suggest it. Or if you have Flickster, you can watch it for free.
Illegal, illegal. Gonna get us in trouble. Illegal, illegal.
But you
They're
should
gonna use this as
also,
evidence against you in your trial.
anybody who doesn't know, if you have not yet seen every single thing that Bridget Everett has done, then you need to look her up and see everything that she's
Now
ever acted in,
was
because she's so, I just love her so much, and she's got this incredible singing voice too. So Somebody Somewhere on Max,
so
so
good.
goddamn good, so goddamn good.
So good.
So anyway, I watched those, and then I had never seen The Jinx. Did you see that?
The first one?
Yeah.
I had seen the first one. I didn't see this. I hadn't seen the second one.
Well, I guess
I haven't watched the second one yet,
the
but
second
I
one's
saw
not.
the first one.
Would you
Oh,
shut
wait.
the fuck up?
No, because I'm still talking about Bridget Everett, bitch.
Okay, go ahead.
You did not see Trainwreck? She has a major
Trainwreck.
part in Trainwreck. Amy Schumer.
Trainwreck.
Amy Schumer, Bill Hader. She's
What was
one of
the
her
story?
friends.
Do you remember?
A train wreck who meets a guy who's like a normal, everyday guy. And, you know, she cleans up her act.
I might not have seen it.
It's good. You should watch it. I'm sure you've seen it. Okay. Now, The Jinx. I saw the first season. I have not watched the second season yet.
That's because the second season is currently airing. There's only been 2 episodes so far.
Okay.
But anyway, I thought that the second season was done. So I was like, well, I'm going to watch all this shit from the beginning. And so I don't know when the first season came out. So I'm sure it's been a few years now, but
a long time.
I didn't have any preconceived notions
you didn't know
going
anything about.
Didn't know. In fact, I kept calling him Fred Durst instead of Robert Durst.
Somebody told me.
Exactly.
No, wait, is that him? Is that Fred Durst?
No.
Okay.
No. He's from Goo Goo. No, not Goo Goo Dolls.
Not Goo Goo Dolls. Smash Mouth, isn't it?
It is Smash Mouth. Yeah, that song. That's right. You're right. Somebody was told me.
Around today, so taking the back street. What you want to say? Hey, now, there it is. You're an all-star. You get your game on. Go play. Hey, now. You're a rock star.
All-star.
Go. No, it's the first one's all-star. The second one's rock star.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were such a Smash Mouth expert.
I like that song. I think that's in Shrek.
Oh.
Okay. So The Jinx. So you got to the finale of The Jinx, and
so yeah, the finale of the first season. I did the whole like major gasp, like probably the rest of the world did.
I can't believe you did not know anything about that. That's so crazy.
Did not know, and was just astonished. I'm just like, oh my god!
Don't say what it was.
I won't. No spoilers. But
just in case there are people like you out there.
I watched the first 2 episodes now of the second season, and of course the second episode ended with there's going to be some revelation, and then it was like credits. So now I gotta wait. I don't even know when the next episode's coming on, but it is a fun watch. Like if you enjoy a crime docuseries, like that's a good one. I don't know how it managed to like elude me.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard, I had heard of it. I guess I just didn't know the story, and I had always heard Robert Durst's name, but I'm like, I don't know what he did, but whatever. Like, I just kind of like blew him off, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, I did too for the longest time, but then of course we watched that, and it was like, it was good.
Yeah, it was. It was,
it was good.
It was good. Anyway, the other last thing that I watched is The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Lived.
Oh, the Andrew Lincoln, Denny.
Yeah.
Denny. How do you say her last name?
Is? I don't know. Michonne. That's her name.
Benton.
Michonne.
Oh no. Guerrera. No, I don't know.
Anyway,
I do love her though.
I have been.
Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, she had a Tony-nominated play on Broadway.
Oh, good for her. So, I have been waiting for that show because I assumed that because they were ending the original Walking Dead, ending Fear the Walking Dead, that this was going to be now the new Dead universe, and we were going to continue on, but it's over. It was 6 episodes and done.
I have read that there's talk of it coming back.
I don't know. It's got an end date. I mean,
I know, but
it says it's done in IMDb, but I would love it if they did, because it felt kind of rushed at the end, and 6 episodes just weren't enough. So I was really disappointed because they had The Ones Who Live, Dead City, and
That one's
Daryl
coming back.
and Daryl Dixon. Both of
And
those are
Daryl
coming
Dixon's
back.
coming back.
Daryl
Yeah.
Dixon and Dead City, which
Yeah.
is disappointing because Dead City sucked. I hated it.
Oh.
Out of all the Walking Dead universe stuff, that was, I even liked the World Beyond with the young kids. Like, that was better to
Youngsters?
me.
You almost said youngsters. You almost said youngsters, you old
Actually,
ass motherfucker.
I almost said youngins, but
Okay, still. That's just as bad. Now you're just a southern old ass motherfucker.
But it's, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. And plus, I mean, Negan wasn't ever my favorite character. I mean, I loved
I
him
don't
when he
understand
was
how
a bad guy. I loved him. I thought it was a great character.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan was a good bad guy. I mean, but
Yeah.
Negan was an evil, I mean, just disgusting. Like, I just
Yeah.
hated him because it was like one of those situations where I don't like when it seems like there's no hope.
Right.
Like, I want a little bit of hope, and it took a
bit of
long
hope.
time to get back to hope in that. It's
I just
Denai Greera.
Greera. Okay. But anyway, they had been toying, because I know you stopped watching, but
Yes.
they had been toying through the whole thing by giving us little bits and pieces, little bits and pizzas.
They're giving us little bits and pizzas all the way. I do love that they're delivered to my house every Sunday, and I can watch my little bits and eat my pizzas.
I need my pizzas. Of the whole storyline, that there's this,
Shadow
society that exists that is trying to bring back, the United States or whatever. And so it's like, they teased you with there's a helicopter. Like, who does that belong to? What's this strange symbol? Like, and you're like all wrapped
lost
up in
type
it.
shit.
Right? And I was so like, this is cool. This is going to be cool. And then they just, like, with the end of The Ones Who Live, they just kind of like, that world doesn't exist anymore. It's just like done. So
what do you mean it doesn't exist anymore? They like blew it up?
Well, that's a spoiler, Jamie.
I don't care about spoilers for this because I'm not going to watch it.
Well, yeah, then
and I'm sure that
they blew it up.
Joe's already sent. So that this world that was going to be the next United States is literally gone.
I should specify,
not just the story.
I should specify that the new world had 3 locations. One got destroyed in the series The World Beyond, and so there was two areas left. And the leader of the area that Rick and Michonne end up in is a bad guy.
Okay, of course.
And it's, what's his name that played Stepfather?
Terry O'Quinn.
I love him.
And I love that you said every time and not John Locke.
I know.
Especially every time we just talked about Lost.
Exactly. But every time I see him, that's the first thing I do is go, Stepfather. Like,
he was so sexy in Stepfather.
He really was.
Ooh, I was like, yeah,
can't you be my stepfather?
Hit me with that phone, baby. Hit me with that phone. I still think about that every time I pick up a regular phone. Just wham. Oh.
Whew, you just said a whole lot about yourself.
Oh, I did. Did I not?
Anyway, so yeah, so he was like a bad guy and wanted to like just kill people for no reason and all this stuff. So they just blew the whole place up.
As people are want to do on the Walking Dead universe. So there's still one location left.
In Oregon, there is some sort of city that is trying to function.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just wanted it to be a bigger thing. Like, like, I don't know. I was just a little disappointed. That's all.
I'm sorry.
But if anybody has given up on it, just watching Daryl Dixon is totally worth it. I thought that one was brilliant because he's in Paris and it's just so much fun.
And now, isn't this season is going to be mostly her, isn't it?
Carol?
Yeah.
Well, I know she originally wasn't gonna do the Daryl Dixon
But see,
series.
I think I'm gonna tell you something. I
Mhm.
think that was all publicity,
You think so?
so that when she showed up, it was a
It
surprise.
was, 'cause it was a total surprise.
Exactly. I think they put that out there, her not being in it. They said storyline wise, she's not in it, but we do want you to be in the show, so we're gonna say goodbye. But she knew all along she was going back. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Like, I just don't think she was like, I changed my mind. I'm gonna come now anyway. I think it was
Yeah.
always just a good marketing thing, which great, good for them. I really want to watch it. I have not watched that one yet, but I want to watch it because I really like her.
It just
I
was
know
more
she's not in the
fun.
first season.
That one I don't know why, because it was different, maybe because it takes place in France or something. I
Yeah,
don't know, but it's
France,
just it's all new scenery, all new, everything. So it makes it so
right?
much more
And French
interesting.
zombies. So
Right? Right?
you
I mean, you
know,
gotta read subtitles, so it's high
le
class.
rar, le rar, le rar.
Le girl. So that's all the shit I've been watching.
Cerveau, cerveau
What's
means
that mean?
brains,
Oh, okay.
brains.
Did you just look that up?
Yeah.
You so clever, Jamie. You so
So the
clever.
only thing I really, I mean, I watched reality shows, my Survivor and my Amazing Race,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah,
were
yeah.
both really good. Survivor was really good this week.
Somebody survived, somebody didn't.
Somebody had a major meltdown like never before. Like, I've
Oh,
never seen a meltdown like that
they have
before.
those on Love Island too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're different. I'm sure they're not because somebody hasn't eaten in 17 days.
You just
Well,
hating,
that's not true. Love
hating.
Island probably there
They
probably
I
are
don't think
girls that
they
haven't
eat
eaten
ever.
in
Yeah.
17 days.
They never eat.
But the thing that I just love so much now is Elsbeth,
That's the
which
Good
is
Wife
the
spinoff.
second offshoot. It's not a spinoff. Offshoot is the
Oh,
word that I
oh.
choose to use. Maybe in the traditional 70s, it might have been considered a spinoff, but it would have been more. Yeah, I guess it whatever. But yes, offshoot of The Good Wife and The Good Fight. It's just so good. Like, I did text you this, but there were like multiple Bob Fosse references in the episode, which I just think is so like, who's that for? It's
Right,
for
right.
me. It's for guys, people like me,
Yep.
you know? And it's just so good. Keegan Michael Key was on this week. Because it's like Columbo in that it's not a who done it, it's a how done it. So
Oh.
we see everything that was done,
Right.
and then it's her. How does she figure out
How does she put the
who the real
pieces
murderer is?
together?
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
we know who the murderer is, and it's always the big guest star. So there's no secret. If you watch it, whoever the guest star is, they're the murderer. But you see them kill the person first, then it cuts to her, being part of the police investigation and et cetera, et cetera. But it just is so good, and it ended so good this week. I can't wait for next week, and it's been renewed, which I'm so happy about. And so I really urge you don't need to know anything about The Good Wife to watch it. So if anybody's out there like doesn't want to commit to watching The Good Wife or The Good Fight,
Okay.
and it's sort of the same thing. If you want to watch The Good Fight, you don't have to watch The Good Wife.
Oh, okay.
No, because it's not like there's enough exposition, like in Elsbeth, there's enough exposition of who she is and what she did before, and she references things that are on The Good Wife, but nothing that has been like like an Easter egg.
It's
Even
not
it's
like
just been
a plot line is not
no.
continued
It's
or
just
anything.
she just says things like when I was in Chicago, like because that's where The Good
Okay.
Wife and The Good Fight take place, but not The Good Place.
No, because
They
that's a
don't
different show
doesn't take place
altogether.
there. So it's just it's so good. It's so good. It's really fun. It's fun little murder mystery every week. Not again. It's just fun the show's very well written, very well done. It's it's a procedural with a through line.
Okay.
So it's a case of the week,
Right.
but there is an ongoing storyline as well.
Storyline. Gotcha. Those are the
Storyline.
kind I like. I like those.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wendell Pierce is in it. So I mean, you can't go wrong with Wendell Pierce.
I do love me some Wendell
Bunky.
Pierce.
You can't go wrong with Bunky.
No, you cannot. I don't mean to cut you off, but are you done talking about your televisions? You're watching
I think so. Did I watch anything else? Did you hear that?
You so burped right into the microphone.
I'm so sorry.
That was charming. Super, super charming. People are gonna love that.
It just escaped. My mouth didn't even open. It was just from my throat.
It was one of them throat burps.
So sorry, people. Again, to the 5 of you who are listening, I'm so sorry. Oh.
So why don't you take us on to an opinionary? Because we did get one opinionary. We got it opinionary up in this motherfucker. We're gonna read it in a minute. And go, Jamie, go. Read that opinionary.
Oh, I was loving it. Why did you stop?
I don't know, but you sort of let go of the momentum for damn sure.
No. So we have an opinionary from our very, very, very good friend of the show, BJP.
That's my motherfucker. That is my motherfucker.
Of Scaring is Sharing podcast, which is available in all he and Jeremy. You can say it, right? I just don't like saying people's last names.
No, they say their names. They say their first and last names.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, Brandy Jo Planbeck and Jeremy Rusk at Scaring is Sharing. So did Joe and Susie, but
you can reach them at scaringisharing@gmail.com.
Oh, there you go. So it says, hi. I think that's got to be, it's because he's got H-A and then a bunch of I's. So
he does it a lot. Whenever he sends me messages. Yeah.
My OSO boys.
That's what he does.
I just want to make sure I read it correctly. Thank you for another fabulous episode. I am so excited to see Jamie in the prom this weekend. And they were there yesterday. It was so good to see him.
Yay.
He looks fantastic.
Bitch.
He looks so good. He looks years younger. He has. I'm so jealous of his.
It's all that clean living. It says clean living.
His determination is amazing. And
it really is.
Okay.
I wish a little bit would rub off on me.
No shit. Prom this weekend. I just love seeing him on stage, and it's going to be so much fun, especially after following the journey via the podcast over the past couple months. I just know he is going to be amazing. I don't know about that. It wasn't a great show. I think there were hiccups. Our pacing is not great still, myself included. I'm still thinking about lines as opposed to just saying lines or not thinking about it. So I don't know. So I wish they had come a different night, but I'm glad they came. It was so lovely to see them. Okay. I also loved Immaculate. Oh, wait, by the way, the title of the email was Sid Sweets and Infesty. I also loved Immaculate and thought Sydney Sweeney was amazing. I have loved her ever since I watched the Gone Too Soon Netflix show, Everything Sucks. Do either of you watch that show?
Everything Sucks? I don't know that show.
I don't either.
Oh, damn.
Well, you'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
One brilliant little season and one of my all-time favorite series. Oh, wow. Oh. If you grew up in the 90s at all, especially as a teen, I think you can particularly dive into it. Big fan.
Nope.
You. No, a child of the 70s. I also watched Infested this past weekend, and I thought it was so much fun. I thought it did a great job of setting up the characters, and I definitely got a lot of heebie-jeebies throughout. I love heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. It was fun. It really was.
I didn't know until Joey mentioned it that the director would be doing one of the 2 new Evil Dead movies. I'm so excited.
Oh, I dropped some knowledge on the Scare Boys.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That makes me feel good.
You get a little boner?
Yeah, actually, it made me feel good in my inside place.
And finally, a question for you. Now, I've already read this, and it's a very good question.
Ooh.
Especially for us, I think. So hold on, I gotta take a sip of my water.
You gotta take a drink. Just don't burp afterwards.
Shut up. Finally, a question for you. What is a weird food combination you have? Like, I love putting ketchup and or mustard on eggs/omelets, or mixing multiple condiments together for a dipping sauce. Mayo, barbecue, honey, mustard, ketchup, relish, bring it. Love you both. Brandy Joe.
Mm.
Weird food combination. So the condiment question is weird for you because you don't really do condiments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I do that. I'll mix like my
Although I would say I put hot sauce on everything, like different types of
yeah.
hot sauces, like certain hot sauces I like on certain things and other
Yeah,
types
you
I
gotta
like
have
on
different
other
things. So you have
things.
like an Asian hot sauce. You have
Oh
like a,
yeah, 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 yeah.
a Latino hot sauce. Lost my train of thought now. Oh no, I do. I remember the
Weird food
condiment. We'll start with the
combinations.
condiments
Okay.
since you don't really do condiments. So we'll start with that. Yes, I do that. I one of my favorite things is a grilled cheese sandwich, and then I mix a little ketchup and a little mustard together. I know, I understand. And then you have it with a pickle, and it's delicious.
I
We
used to
always
put pickles on my grilled cheese sandwiches
see.
before I
I'm
grilled
not
them.
a fan of a warm pickle.
I know, me either, but when I was a kid, I loved them. I haven't had one since though.
Yeah, not a fan of a warm pickle. And like Paul and I, whenever we have fried shrimp, we make something that we call Eloise sauce, which is his mom's, which his mom's name, which is just ketchup and mayonnaise together. So a little mayo chup. So yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
weird food combinations.
Weird
Weird
combinations.
food combinations. I don't know. I mean, I love salty sweet. So, like, I've done things like peanut butter and bacon sandwiches, which are so delicious because of the salty sweet. But that's
Uh-huh.
kind of a weird food combination. One time, Joey and I were in our youth,
I knew you were
were
gonna bring that up.
so high. It was just after Thanksgiving. We were at my parents' house in the basement, and we basically just got like all the food from the refrigerator and brought it
Like literally,
downstairs.
there was like a chicken
Everything.
carcass, I think.
I think it was a turkey carcass.
A turkey
I
carcass.
think it was a whole turkey carcass. And brought it all downstairs. And at one point, we had mixed sour cream and salsa together, which is fine. That's a
Mhm,
tasty
mhm,
combination.
mhm.
But then we were dipping chocolate chip cookies in it, which at the time was delicious. I'm sorry, but it was delicious when we did it. I would never do
It
it
was
again.
it was really tasty.
But it's the salty sweet combination. So yeah, I'm a fan of salty sweet. So there can be weird combinations with that. I'm trying to think if I have any other. What do you have?
I mean, nothing's like jumping into my head except for something that I eat that Marty always thinks is super weird. But I love black eyed peas, but I take black eyed peas and then I put cumin and a little bit of chili powder and cheddar cheese and sour cream all and mix them all in
Oh, so
together.
it's like a Mexican
But
thing.
yeah, but they're black eyed peas, but they're so
Yeah,
good. I
yeah.
love it.
I can
I
see that doesn't
absolutely
seem like a
love it.
weird food combination to me. It just seems like
And
you're
I eat them with
substituting.
tortilla chips.
Yeah, you're substituting black beans for black eyed peas,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
substituting black eyed peas for black beans.
So not
So that doesn't
necessarily a
seem weird at
weird
all.
combo,
No,
no.
not at all. Fail, fail.
Okay.
I don't think I can't really think of any either. Weird
Mm.
food combination.
I mean, I eat some weird ass shit, but I don't I nothing is coming to my
Nothing.
mind.
Me either. Why is that? I should have. I should have done. This is my fault. I should have thought about this and told you about it before I read
Uh-huh.
it, and we could have had some time to think about it. So I
Yeah.
apologize for that. I apologize to you and to Brandy Joe.
And to Brandy Joe, because yeah, I can't I'm sure there's some weird ass shit I eat. I know there is. There's gotta be some weird combinations that
Trying to think
I
of
throw
something that
together.
Paul's like, you're weird, but I can't think of anything. I
See,
mean, there's things that I eat that Paul doesn't like, but
everything I eat, Marty thinks is weird. So,
well,
because
I'm with Marty.
he's so meat and potatoes, and
Yeah,
I'm
I am too.
not.
I'm very Midwestern, and you're very Southern, food
Southern. Do you know
wise.
what? I can tell you a weird combination that Marty eats
Oh
that
God,
will
no.
probably gross you out. Since he got his kidney, of course, he has to be really super careful of carbs. So he's like always looking for, like 0 to low carb snacks.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker right now is obsessed with barbecued pork rinds,
Oh yeah.
and he dips them into Dean's French onion dip.
I'm down with that.
He says it's amazing.
100% down with that. Barbecue pork rinds. Pork rinds are such a good low carb snack because they're the only thing that you can get that crunch from. That, I mean, they're bad, they're fat, but if you're doing a keto or that type of thing. So Brandy Joe, I don't know if you go for the pork rinds, but the pork rinds are real. They're so good. And especially they have ones now that you can make at home. Like you put them in the microwave.
Oh yeah, I've seen the microwave bag ones. Yeah.
Yeah, chicharrones. So that does not sound right to me. I just bought a big container of Dean's French onion dip today. So if I get some pork rinds, I'm gonna give that a try.
You should. You should.
Yeah.
And Marty swears by he will only eat the barbecue pork rinds. Every other flavor he says sucks, but barbecue is his jam.
I like regular pork rinds sometimes. Pork rinds are just something every once in a while I'll have a craving for. Every once in a while I'll be at the store and I'll be like, that sounds good. And I'll get some and I'll eat them and then I'll be done with them.
I haven't had pork rinds since I was like 8.
Is it Lay's that makes the barbecue? What brand barbecue pork rinds does he get?
I don't know. He gets them from our local Food Lion grocery store, so I don't even know. But yeah, he even only will eat this specific brand, but I don't even know what it is.
Okay, I think it might be Lay's here.
It might even be the Food Lion brand. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Lay's is the one that makes them here, the barbecue ones that are so good. They're so good. They're so.
That was a good question. I'm sure I'll think of something really good. So I'll have to send Brandy Joe a message when I come up with some kind of really good thing.
Them.
Oh, we do. I know.
What is their email address?
It is scaringisharing@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. You did already say that. Okay, hold on one second.
And if you are interested in sending us any kind of an opinionary, I don't care what you have to say. You might want to tell us to just shut up. You might want to tell us to get off the air. We don't mind that. You won't be the first. You can reach us at osopodcastcontact@gmail.com. That's OSO podcast contact@gmail.com. Oh, you were supposed to be done, bitch. Come on.
I'm done.
Oh.
Calm down.
So we got to do our loves and hates of the week.
Love and hate. Wait. Oh, damn it. I'm so slow with that.
Yeah, that was slow.
Yeah, it was no good.
What you been loving and hating on, baby?
Well, I think I've already really talked about both my love and hates, which is how it ends up normally being with me. But my love is just that the show is open. I'm glad I don't have rehearsals anymore. I'm glad that we have audiences from now on. And I'm glad that pretty soon I'll have all my time.
I'll be glad for that too. Even though I'm so thrilled for you and your show.
Yeah.
I want my Jamie back. I want my Jamie. I want my Jamie back.
I am constantly texting you and you are constantly ignoring me. So shut the fuck up.
Not true.
And my hate is Joey ignoring texts.
Nah, that ain't no real hate. That ain't no real hate.
I don't know. I ain't got no hate for that. And my second, my hate, which again, I've already talked about, is the medical industry, insurance mostly. And that goes for all kinds of insurance. Car insurance. I've had problems with car insurance. Luckily, knock on wood, we've never really had any major home insurance issues. But medical insurance is just the fucking worst. It's just the worst. I'm so tired of it. And if this just does not happen soon, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind because I feel like right now I'm eating so much. I'm like, if they're not going to give it to me, I'm going to make sure that I get it. I'm going to give myself diabetes or something. I know it's not that conscious, right? But I feel that I'm eating so much more lately. Especially, I mean, with the show and everything too, that does make everything harder.
Well, yeah, you don't have time to like cook yourself a healthy meal.
I've been getting a tiny bit of exercise with the now limited amount of dancing that I do in the show. It seemed like so much more in the past, but it's really not that much. but that's what I feel like. So I'm just like, I'm really hoping it's just done one way or the other soon because I'm sick of not knowing.
Yeah. I hope it
What do
is too.
you love and hate, baby? Hate? Why?
So, because you're going through the change, babe. You're going
Yeah.
through the changes.
I am changing. Okay, sorry. And sorry for blasting everybody's ears out there with the first note.
My loves and hates. My love,
It's
and
me.
I never even told you about this, but I happened to pick up this package of Reese's lip balm. Yes. And they have regular, dark chocolate, they had Reese's Pieces, and white chocolate. All in this one package. And let
First
me
of all,
tell you
I have to say one thing really
what?
quick. This is what you said or what you did to me. People can't see me, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to describe it. He put his hands out when he said, I found this package as if it were the size of a large shoebox.
Okay, it was. It was huge. It was huge. You
Why
didn't
was
let
it
me
huge
finish, motherfucker.
with 4 lip balms in it?
You have 4, and they were spaced apart so far, and then it also had like a lip gloss in it, which I didn't give a shit about.
Was that
But
like at Costco? Where was this at?
I don't remember where I got it from. I just remember I saw it and
Okay,
oh,
continue. It just
I don't
sounds like a
remember.
Costco thing to me.
No, it wasn't Costco. It was
Okay.
some chintzy store we went to that we just happened to be walking around in. I don't remember what it was. Oh no, it was at the mall. It's like everything $5 or something like
Oh,
that. I
Five
can't
Below.
remember. Yeah, one of those types of places. But I was just like, "Oh, I'm going to try this out." But each one of them tastes exactly as described. Like the Reese's Pieces
Really?
tastes like Reese's Pieces. Can you believe?
Can you believe this is?
But I'm just obsessed with them now. And what I do, which is the weirdest thing, because I was always a Burt's Bees loyalist. Like that's what I would
Right.
always use is Burt's Bees. But because everything else I would try, it felt too slimy. Like it didn't, and I'd be like constantly reapplying like every 5 minutes. Oh, I need more chapstick.
That's why I'm a cherry chapstick boy.
No,
Born and
Burt's
raised.
Bees, plain old Burt's Bees is what I always
Cherry
did.
chapstick.
But this Reese's, that shit good. And it has like the slightest little bit of like sweetness to it, but it really like lasts. Like it doesn't disappear. But I keep them all by my dresser, and then each day I'll put a different flavor in my pocket. I'll be like, oh no, I had Reese's Pieces yesterday, so I'll have some dark chocolate today. And so I love them. I really, really love them. So I just keep thinking, I need to go back and get another pack because when these are gone, I'm going to be, oh, one of them is gone. I forgot to tell you that. Little Miss Macy, my little chihuahua, she was like, oh, that smell real good. So she destroyed it. She didn't eat it, but she destroyed it.
Sweet little Macy.
She only does that though when she's mad. Like if we leave and she doesn't want us to leave, she'll find something and just like play with it. Usually, she doesn't usually destroy, but and my hate, which is so funny because it's like a callback to everything we've been talking about today, is collection agencies. So because of all the medical things that we've been going through, I had one bill from one of the local hospitals that got sent to collection. And I long story short, I ended up contacting the hospital and I'm like, what is this bill for? And so they told me everything that it was for. And I was like, okay, but I was in the hospital. And so my Medicare should cover that because it covers all hospital charges. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're right. And so meanwhile, my point was that I have been getting so many phone calls. They would call me
Yeah.
every day. And
Yeah.
it's always from different numbers, so you can't block them, that sort of thing. And it turns out it wasn't even a bill that I didn't even know. Oh, but the worst part was I got a fucking court summons in the
You
mail.
did?
Yes. And I was like, what the
Was it
fuck?
legit?
Yes. And so I was like, they're taking me to court? I was like, for money that I don't even owe. So anyway, I had to make a bazillion phone calls, and they got it all situated. And I was like, okay, I don't have to show up to court. And they're like, no. And then I got another notice in the mail that said, yeah, you have to show up to court. And I was like, what? So I contacted the court, and they were like, no, it's yours is done now. You've it's
Okay.
registered as being paid. But the phone calls kept coming. And they kept saying, like, this is so and so calling on behalf of whatever the name of the credit card or the collection agency is.
Right.
And so they wouldn't leave a message of like where I supposedly owed money or how much it was or anything. So the only way to find that out is to actually talk to them. I ain't talking to them motherfuckers. They blowing up my phone every goddamn
Are they
day.
still blowing up your phone?
And well, I asked Marty, I said, did you happen to like get any notices from anywhere that I owe money at
Wait, hold
anywhere?
on 1 second. Hold on, I'm confused. I'm so confused.
This
So
is a
you were
different one.
What do you mean it's a different one?
Well, because mine is already paid. So this is another. I was getting collection calls from two different collection agencies. I just never noticed because I just wasn't paying attention. Like
I
I
see.
didn't
So
I
you
didn't
so
listen to
these
the messages.
calls the calls keep coming. I'm sorry.
They
So
were
when you
coming
said the
from the
calls
house. No,
when you said the
sorry.
calls keep coming, I thought you meant it's paid, but yet they didn't take you off the list.
No,
You're
sorry.
saying another set of calls were coming.
Right.
Okay.
That
Okay,
had been coming
sorry.
all along. I just didn't realize that it was two
Okay.
different companies that were calling me.
Got it.
So, long story short, it's probably the exact same situation where they didn't bill my Medicare like they were supposed to.
But why aren't you getting notices and stuff?
That's and Marty couldn't find one single thing. So it pisses me off because it's like, if you left me a message, then I could do some investigating onto like what
Yeah.
it is. Like, why do they?
That's why it sounds so shady to me.
That's another reason that I didn't want to answer or talk to them, because I'm like, well, that's bullshit. I don't owe anybody any money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
And as for me, if you don't leave a message, then
I'm
it's
not
not an
picking up.
important call. It's not an important
Exactly.
call. If you don't
Exactly.
leave a message to at least say something, it's not an important call. It's not important to
Yep.
you, and it's certainly not important to me. Leave me a
Exactly.
message. And I know that may be different. I don't know if that's how it is for the millennials and the Zers and the Ys and the Ps and the elemental Qs. But for me, I don't, first of all, I hate using the phone. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
that's
Oh
very
yeah.
popular with the youth of
Oh yeah.
today. I
Mhm.
hate making calls. I hate it so much. But if you leave me a message and it's something I need to attend to, I will obviously make the call. I will reschedule the
Right.
appointment. I will,
Right.
do whatever. So if you're not leaving a message, that's on you. That's just on you. And that can't be counted as like attempted to contact. Because you did
Exactly.
not attempt to contact me. Attempt to contact me is leaving me a message so that I know that who you are and what this is about.
They they have left
That's a good hate.
messages.
This is a good hate because
It's
I
it's
went through this years
oh.
ago. I'm not
Mm.
whatever. I had to declare bankruptcy in my earlier life, and that sucks. But so I had a lot of debt collectors after me at one point, mostly medical. And yeah, it's just they're relentless.
Yeah,
They're
they
relentless.
are, and I don't get it. Like, I mean, if you'd think that if you want to get the money that you think you're owed, you would leave somebody the message or constantly send them
Yeah.
letters like, "Hey, you owe this amount because of
Yeah.
this reason," or whatever. It's like,
Yeah. The fact that you're not getting
otherwise,
letters, I mean, is there any chance that like they have your address wrong or something like that? Do you
well,
use anything
they
like My Chart or
Mhm.
anything?
I do, but I think that this is from the other hospital in Myrtle Beach that I haven't been to since. Well, I went there in 2020 when I first had one of my heart issues. I was there in 2020, that's the last time I had been at that hospital, and it was such a horrible experience anyway. They couldn't find my records. It was the pandemic had just started. It was just a nightmare. But
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have had to have paid anything anyway, so I don't know if that's from them because it doesn't say, like, they don't specify
Yeah,
who they're calling
it's
on
just
behalf of.
bullshit.
And so
It's
I'm just like,
bullshit.
fuck it. Until you leave me some information, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Or unless you send me a summons, then I'm a call to court like I did last time.
Yeah. Fuck that noise. That's a good hate, baby. That's a good hate. You got some good hate going on down
I don't
there.
understand how they work. Like, I don't understand how you just, like, you say, "Oh, okay, I'm the collection agency. I'm going to take care of this for them, but we ain't going to tell the person that we're calling anything about
Yeah.
what they owe and just
Yeah. Because
expect
what
them
they
to pay it
do
up."
is they get you on the phone and they try to force you to pay right there.
Uh,
You know, you have to pay right now. If you don't pay right now, it's going to be this much money. But if you pay right now, I can give you a deal and you can only pay this much money.
or they'll be
And
like, "And if you run to Target and get four $90 gift cards,
yeah, I mean, if
scratch off
that's
the
what it
back and
was,
give us that number."
I mean, maybe you should call one time. One of these ones that's still calling just to be like, just to see. And if you, then you'll know. Don't give them any personal information. Don't give them your social security number. You're like, you called me. You got to
Yeah,
obviously have this information.
yeah.
Don't, you know, you can give them your name,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
you know, whatever. But if they called you, they've got to have some kind of information. And so, if, I mean, I would check into it, or I would also go on any of the credit reporting sites. You know,
Mhm.
you get a free credit
Oh, yeah,
report
no,
every year.
I have Credit Karma. That shit's free anyway, but I don't
I
have
would check.
anything on there.
Mm.
Nothing. In fact,
How
I
can
have.
you how can you be in collections without having anything on the credit report? That and you're sure you did that the other thing that you paid was a legitimate, or the other thing that you took care of was legitimate.
It was legitimate because I did speak to the hospital and they admitted that they made a mistake, but yeah,
Okay.
it was legitimate. But yeah, now on my credit report now, I mean, I have whatever the highest number you can get for my credit rating, so it's perfect. There's
The
nothing.
highest number you can get for your credit rating. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
what is it?
You have a perfect credit score?
Like 190 or something or whatever.
No, not
Well,
190.
what are they?
1,090?
I can't remember. Oh,
Like
it's
mine,
like
I think is 7 something.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like 800. I think is perfect credit or something. I don't remember,
And
but
mine's not 7 something. I have very good. I don't have excellent or perfect or whatever.
mine
I have very good.
is. I'm gonna tell you right now because everybody wants to know what my credit rating is. I'm sure that they're hanging on, like wondering what is Joy. My credit is 800.
Wow. Good for
I guess
you.
that's. I don't know. Is that as high as you can go? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It
Does it
doesn't
say
say.
perfect? It has a little wheel normally that's like, what color are you?
I'm green.
Oh, you
Green
green.
799 says excellent.
Okay. Well, good for you, baby.
799 on one and 800 on another one.
Good for you. Well, it's
I'm
good that you
so
don't have anything
smart.
on your port. I would just, I then maybe this isn't legitimate. Maybe this one isn't legitimate.
I think it's possible.
Wait a minute. Let me go back. Well, this really on the
Spent a
first
lot of
one.
time on that.
On the first one, I- how did you ever call them back, or how did you find out initially that you had that you did indeed have something that was there?
I called the hospital because I had only been to this hospital over the last
So,
4
oh,
years.
I see. So, but
So I
okay.
was
So
like,
wait. So the message that the credit thing left you enough info. No, they didn't leave you a message.
they
So how
did.
did you
They left a
know? Oh,
message.
they
They left a
did.
message. Yep.
So but the ones that are calling now do not.
They leave occasional messages, but
Oh,
it just says I'm calling on behalf of such and such credit agency regarding an unpaid debt. Please call us back at blah 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 blah. That's all they say.
and what did the other one say? The other one say the same thing?
I don't remember. It was something vague. I remember it was vague because I didn't really know what it was for either.
Hmm,
But when I got the summons, I called the hospital, and that's
got
how
it.
I found out that that's who it was.
Okay. it's so weird. Even on legitimate, why aren't you getting letters? Why aren't you getting notices?
Exactly.
You should have gotten bills. You should have got, invoices. You should have gotten, first due, past due. You should have,
Totally.
so I don't understand why. That's scary to me, because that's like, if that's what companies are doing nowadays, how much easier it is for someone to then do something nefarious.
Well, I kept thinking about that. I'm like, any person could be like, oh shit, I owe money. Let me call these people back,
Well, people do. That's why they do it.
Exactly.
And you got to give them a credit card, or if they tell you the gift card thing, obviously, then
But
hopefully people know
it
that
should
part.
just be like a rule. Like if somebody owes money and you're going to call them and leave them a message, it should be, whether you're a credit agency or what, it should be, you owe this amount of money because of this reason.
Right.
Please
I
call us
don't
back.
think they can do that.
Oh, why though? It doesn't make any sense.
Because I think that's a privacy issue. Because if you were to leave that on like an answering machine and other people could hear it, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know. I could be making that up totally, but it seems
yeah,
like
but you could be right.
issue.
You could be right. You could be right.
There
has to be a reason. There has to.
You may be crazy, but you just might be the lunatic I'm looking for.
Okay, I love you. It's time for us to shut up now.
Okay. Well, it's been lovely talking to you.
You as well.
We'll talk soon, and I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Get in your time machine and step to the future. Check it, I'm queen every time that you look to Kid Roll.